Hey guys, thanks for stopping by to watch another video here at All I See is W, where the goal of this channel is to gain on positive proceeds and lead with an altruistic mindset. Please hit the like, subscribe, support this channel. I really appreciate it to show some love. Today, I'd like to go over a Bitcoin mining company, Mara. We know that just recently there was news on the convertible note. Mara's gaining huge traction, especially with the news about not only mining at the highest throughput with Bitcoins mined per day, but they're also acquiring Bitcoin at the current value price. So most of you are wondering with this playbook that they've leveraged using the MSTR Michael Saylor's approach, will this help Mara build in the long-term course? So first, I'd like to just share with you the technicals and just looking at it from a fundamental analysis standpoint. So from a fundamental perspective, thing with Mara is that as the price of Bitcoin goes up, Mara's capital size is going to grow as a company. That's just the logic when you think about it. Now, from a technical standpoint, we're looking at a 2-year range that's zoomed out here. We remember that Mara ramped all the way up to $75 back in 2021. So it's been many years since that happened. You see the 7-day golden cross with the 200-day moving average at that time. You don't see too many of those golden cross intersections. In fact, you see it here back in 2023, that golden cross when it went from like 17,000 price of Bitcoin all the way up to like 73,000 Bitcoin testing itself again. And until then, it just started bleeding out. But now, just zooming in on the recent trajectory here, you see that golden cross here, the 7-day moving average crossing the 200-day moving average. So that's big news. We don't see this happen quite often. I think a lot of this is attributed to not only Donald Trump winning as the president, he will be appointed coming up in the new year in January. And I believe with all of the market sentiment in cryptocurrency space, that's really going to help the Bitcoin miner space. We've seen MicroStrategy do so well. Congratulations to those who've invested in companies like MicroStrategy, making huge gains, but I think that there's a circulation of money going into the miner sector right now, and that's why a lot of people are looking at Mara Holdings, for example, as an opportunity. This is a great signal that we see here with this golden cross, and I think that there's potential as we zoom in even further, that downward trajectory of like $18 like last week, it just popped back up. There was a lot of bipolar days during days of trading, but Mara held itself. And most of you are wondering what's driving the price of Mara up. Initially, when the company announced the new strategy that they're using to acquire Bitcoin and to pay off debt, most days at that time, the price went down. It was just until one day later when the price of Mara started ramping up. So you see this V shape here. And I think other miners, most of you are wondering, other reputable companies like CleanSpark, Riot, Iron, Bitfarms, how come they're not doing the same as Mara? I think it's just lagging behind. Mara, we know, is the number one leading company in mining. They have the most Bitcoins on reserve, and we'll go more into details with the social media updates that we're seeing. But I think Mara is just the leading company right now that's seeing the price of share price go up. Just looking at details here. So just yesterday, Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, he actually posted on X that Mara is a company on the Bitcoin standard. And what Mara announced after getting the approval of the 0% convertible note offering, they actually acquired more Bitcoin, 5,771 Bitcoin just yesterday at the price of 95,000 per Bitcoin. What they did was they increased their Bitcoin reserve from like 27,000 now up to about 33,875. So they've gone up their reserve close to about 20% at the value of 3.4 billion. The CEO Fred Thiel here, they made that money work right away, getting their money leveraged in the price of Bitcoin in anticipation that Bitcoin will continue to go up. So that will allow for Mara's balance sheet to grow, build on its liquidity, not only on the cash value, but also on the Bitcoin asset value. So most of you are wondering, like, what does this mean? Like, will Mara have the potential to ramp back up to its prior resistance? I mean, we saw what 70 something dollars back in 2021. Just to keep in mind, though, there's a lot more available shares out there. So in terms of owning one share of Mara, it's not the same as what we saw before, just with the increase in the amount of available shares. So we have to factor that in. But I definitely think that Mara has the potential to 3x at a minimum. So right now, current price, at the above $25 range. Can it get up to $50 in the month of December and have Christmas come early? Can it go beyond that? Can it go up to $60? So the miners haven't really performed yet. And I do think that the miner sector, especially with the price of Bitcoin at an all-time high, investors are going to start selling, circulating their money into like the miner plays as well as altcoins out there. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and let me know what your questions or comments are. And I'd love to just hear what your take is. Thank you, guys.